Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Today we are going to be taking the default Airbus A330-300 onto VATSIM into one of the most crowded airspaces in the world and putting it to the ultimate test to see if it is truly VATSIM worthy and flyable on VATSIM. And we're doing it in one of the most busiest times in VATSIM, Friday night ops. We're going from Detroit. Just a quick hop over to Chicago O'Hare where the F&O is going to be tonight. Expecting it to be very busy, and we're going to put this airplane through its paces and see what it can do. So without further ado, let's get these covers off and let's get into the cockpit and start preparing. Alright, we're in the flight deck here of the A330. It is modeled very beautifully, as well as we have some wing views set up. Cabin as well, modeled very nicely, this aircraft. So modeling wise, I give this an absolute stellar for a default aircraft that comes with Flight Simulator 2024. Modeling through the roof, love it. Go ahead and get the aircraft started up here. And bring on the external power. And the aircraft will come to life. Sounds as well overall have been really good. I've actually flown it a few times before this, so I have a little experience with it. And it is pretty good sounding. I do like the sounds of it. We'll get cruise supply on and might as well just throw the fuel pumps on. As also, this isn't a tutorial or anything. This is not the proper way to fly this aircraft. We're going to be taking on VATSIM and putting some of the systems through their paces, and that's about as in-depth as we're going to go. Now, I've already followed our flight plan. We've actually got PDC already through vPilot, so we're going to go ahead and just import the flight plan. We can import SimBrief flight plans, which is fantastic. Default aircraft allowing SimBrief integration. One of the most popular ways to make a flight plan in Flight Sim, and there's integration right into it. You can import your flight plan, and as well with payload, we can import from SimBrief, and it gives us our payload. We're about half payload, 25,000 pounds of fuel today. We can just hit apply. We can either do it we can do it fast today, but you could do it instantly if you wanted to. And now that we have that going, we're actually going to get GSX to start boarding our aircraft here. We'll request boarding here. And you can see GSX is pretty well integrated. Doors are opening automatically when stuff like K-litters come up. So it's got some pretty decent integration. This is developed by iniBuilds, so they do know what they're doing with stuff like GSX integration. We can come down here to the McDo. You also have the ability to import your flight plans from SimBrief, although we aren't going to do that today. We're going to go ahead and do it all on our own. So we're expecting runway 4 right for departure here. So we'll go ahead and find 4 right. We are on the KLIN 3 departure. So we'll go to KLIN 3, and we do have a transition of SMUV, I think. Yeah,
your crew has boarded.
Go to page 2 here. Here's 0 fuel weight and CGs. Really easy to input these if you don't want to manually put them. Just tap and they get inputted in really easy. And takeoff. We're going to come back to the EFB for this because we actually have a takeoff calculator in here. Takeoff. We're going to be expecting runway 04 right. Here we are.
Welcome on board.
And sync that. There we get our weather. Wind 040 at 10. 11 degrees outside, 3014. Perfect. So we can calculate this. And there we go. We have 72 degrees flex. V1 is 126, very low, 144 and 145 for VR and V2. Now what we can do this, we can send this to the FM, we can send this to McDo, or we can input it manually, so we can click send to the FMGS button, come over here, and we can confirm the data. There we go. Inputs our speed, our flaps, our trim, and our flex temperature. Our clearance is to climb via the SID, which on the KLIN 3, that top altitude is 170. So let's set up 17,000. We'll likely climb via SID. I can activate the flight directors here on both sides. The speed and heading go into nav and climb mode. And with that, we are pretty much ready to go for departure here. I'm going to make sure our doors are closed here. We can close the back door there, and we can go ahead and toggle the GPU and toggle the chocks away. Chocks. Maybe I need to go on the outside for that. Come walk around and we can get the chocks out ourselves. There we go. A Detroit approach. Ahoy there, Delta 1665, ready for push and start information. Information Victor on board.
Delta 1665, Detroit approach. Ahoy there to you too. Thanks for Victor. Push and start is at your discretion. Call me taxi.
Push and start at our discretion. We'll call for taxi. Delta 1665 heavy.
Release parking brakes.
Parking brake comes off.
Commencing push.
And we are
All
ready
engines
for push
clear.
and start
Start
here.
at will.
And away we go. Alright, so we'll go ahead and start up engines. We'll do number 2 and then number 1. So we'll come down here, ignition start, and to number 2. Looks like we got a good start here. It is stabilizing there. Engine is available. EGT stabilizing, and we're perfect. Good engine start. We'll go ahead for a start on number 1 now. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that is 2 good starts. Engine number 1 and number 2 are set and done. Go ahead and come up here to the overhead and turn EPU bleed off. EPU master can come off and engine start to normal. We're flaps 1 today, so flaps 1 can come out and we can start to see the flaps come out like so. We could do a control check here. Go left and go right, come up, come down, rudder left and rudder right, and if we want we can do the spoilers as well. We can see them come up there and back down. Well, before we start taxi, we'll set auto brakes to max. We'll arm spoilers here. We need a squawk. I'm not doing this very well on VATSIM. Can do the takeoff config test. Might need to spam it a little bit. There we go, normal, and we can ping the cabin that we are ready. Detroit approach, Delta 1665, ready for taxi.
Delta 1665, runway 4 right at Yankee 2, taxi via Juliet and Yankee 2.
Taxi via Juliet, Yankee 2 to runway 04 right, Delta 1665 heavy. Alright, parking brake is off. We got taxi lit on, and I turned my runway turn off lights on as well. We can start a moving. Alright, getting to the runway here. I'll turn the wind shear system on and to system 1. We'll get rid of that warning. Approach Delta 1665 will be fully ready.
Delta 1665 heavy, winds 040 at 10. On nav 2, Chevy, runway 4 right, clear for takeoff.
RNAV to Chevy, runway 4 right, clear for takeoff, Delta 1665 heavy. We're clear for takeoff, runway 4 right, landing lights come on, strobe lights can come on, and we'll turn the wing lights on as well. Those light to takeoff. All lights are on. Runway 4 is clear. No one on final. No one's on the runway. We are good to go.
77,
About
American
halfway.
6444.
Stable thrust. And there's man flex. SRS runway. And auto thrust is blue. A little bumpy runway here. There's V1. And we'll continue to accelerate, looking for 144. Rotate. Easy back on the stick. Doesn't take much, this airplane. And up we go. Gears coming up, we got positive rate. Alright, passing through 1500 levers, come on back to climb thrust. And we're going to start the left turn here, direct to Chevy. You can tell how light we are. We're accelerating really fast here to get up to 250 knots. Handles really nicely. I will say, this aircraft handles really well for being a default Airbus aircraft. Approach Delta 1665, level 7000.
Delta 1665, radar contact, clear direct Motor City, com maintain 17,000.
Clear direct to Motor City up to 17,000, Delta 1665 heavy. Alright, clear direct to Motor City, so we're going to go direct, and I believe, there we go, Motor City. We'll input that, and that should clear our restriction as well, so we'll start to climb back up. And we're left direct to Motor City. And I'm still hand flying this. This aircraft is super easy to hand fly.
Delta 1665 heavy, contact Cleveland Center, 119.87.
119.87, Delta 1665 heavy.
Actually, sorry, no, wrong frequency because we just split. It's 135.72, sorry, 135.72.
135.72, Delta 1665. See you! Cleveland Center, ahoy there, Delta 1665, climbing through 14,900 for 170.
Delta 1665, Cleveland Center, con maintain level 280, delete speed restrictions.
280, speed restrictions deleted, Delta 1665 heavy.
Endeavor 5136, I have an amendment to your routing advisory to copy. Metro is landing north tonight.
Well, fantastic. I'm ready to copy.
Delta 918, contact Detroit approach on 126.22.
26, United Delta 918.
So far is what I want you guys to get the picture of is that these aircraft actually fly pretty decently well. These default Airbuses. This A330, as far as I can tell, more than serviceable on VATSIM. We're going to put it to the ultimate test here in a minute when we get to Chicago's airspace.
Delta 1665, contact Chicago Center on 126.87.
126.87, Delta 1665. See you! Chicago Center, ahoy there, Delta 1665 heavy, level at 280.
Delta 1665, Chicago Center, ahoy. Hello. Delta 1665, send maintain flight level 200.
Back down 200, Delta 1665 heavy.
1665 actually cross move at and maintain flight level 200.
Cross move at maintain 200 not southwest, Delta 1665 heavy.
And attention all aircraft, I'll be back in like 30 seconds. So if someone calls up, I'll be back really soon. Delta 1665, cross fire at 11,000, Ohio altimeter 3020.
Crossfire at 11,000, Delta 1665.
1.27. The third time, sorry. Delta 1665, maintain 300 knots.
Maintain 300 knots, Delta 1665 heavy.
To passing 10,400 up to 11,000, direct minor.
United 1122, Chicago Center, climb maintain flight level 230, resume normal speed. Delta 1665, contact Chicago approach 135.07.
135.07, Delta 1665 heavy. Chicago approach, Delta 1665 heavy, ahoy there, descending through 16,400 for 11,000.
Delta 1665 heavy, Chicago approach, Ohio altimeter 3020, expect the ILS runway 9 center approach.
Expect ILS runway 9er center approach, Delta 1665 heavy. Alright, so we're going to change up the
Delta
runway here.
2879, contact Chicago approach 133.
Arrival runway 9 center there. 301-9er is the QNH temperature outside in Chicago, 9 degrees Celsius. Winds 100 at 5. Pretty calm day, or excuse me, 110 at 5. It's a pretty calm day over there. And for runway 9er center, we got an ILS, we got a baro altimeter minimum of 837. Or 873. I said that backwards.
Delta 1665 heavy, cleared direct Georgia.
Direct to Gorjo, Delta 1665 Heavy. Hey, Delta 1665, we're not seeing Gorjo on our arrival. We have a couple up to BAM.
Delta 1665 Heavy, you said you have BAM?
Oh yeah, we got, for runway 9er center, we're on the north side. I see actually Gorjo's on the south side.
Delta 1665 Heavy, my apologies. Clear direct Kirk.
Direct to Kirk, Delta 1665 Heavy.
Delta 1665 Heavy, descend to maintain 7,000. Correction, descend to maintain 9,000.
And 900,000, Delta 1665, you still want us to hold 300 on a speed?
Delta 1665 Heavy, crossing 10,000 feet, maintain 250 knots. Thank you.
Passing at 10,000 out of 250 south, Delta 1665 Heavy. I'm used to flying southwest a lot, as you can tell.
Delta 1665 Heavy, contact Chicago approach 119.0.
19.0 south, Delta 1665 Heavy. Chicago approach, ahoy there, Delta 1665 Heavy, descending through 9,400 for 9,250 speed.
1665 Chicago approach, 907.
Getting quite the extended downwind here. We have passed the airport.
1665 Heavy, turn left heading 180, descend and maintain 8,000.
8,000 and left 180, Delta 1665 Heavy. But that to say, we're getting a long downwind, get an immediate turn. Look at that wall of clouds ahead of us. That is gorgeous looking.
Expect the ILS running 10 center. 1665, turn left heading 110 at the little hook.
Left 110 next up to localizer, Delta 1665 Heavy. Signal
1665 Heavy, 2 miles from Coos, maintain 8,000 until established and localizer cleared ILS runway 9 center approach.
Maintain 8,000 until established and localizer clear ILS runway 9 center approach, Delta 1665 Heavy.
1665 Heavy, maintain 170 knots until Ezel.
Maintain 170 until Ezel, Delta 1665 Heavy. Slow down.
18.
There we go. I want to start descending on down because right now it is not descending us, and I believe we're going to be way above the path. We're going to be slowing down here. I'm going to drop the first notch of flaps too. Oh yeah, there's the path. Come on, let's go catch it. I'm going to bring the speed back to 210. Here we go. I just want to get down and capture that glide slope before we have to chase it too much. Come on there, you can do it. Give me more speed brakes. Almost there. There we go, glide slope captured. Alright, we're gonna set the speed back to 170 again.
Yeah, Delta 1665 Heavy, Ezel, contact direct tower 126.90.
126.90 at Ezel for tower, Delta 1665. Alright, there's Ezel. We're going to set the speed in. Cabin to arm, or just cabin alerted. Spoilers to arm. Flaps are going to be coming down here. Auto brake low. Chicago Tower, ahoy there, Delta 1665 passing Ezel, ILS runway 109 center.
Delta 1665, O'Hare Tower, runway 9 center, number 2, clear to land.
9 center, number 2, clear to land, Delta 1665 Heavy. Autopilot is coming off.
United East, turn right on.
Minimum.
Minimums, we're clear to land. Continue.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
There we are. Easy landing. Reversers are green and we're decelerating. Make this turn right here.
Delta 1665 1665, turn right on Echo, stay parking.
Right on Echo, and we're going to be going to Terminal 5.
Delta 1665, roger, hold short runway 9 right at Romeo.
Short runway 9er right at Romeo, Delta 1665 heavy. Can start cleaning up here, flaps to up, spoilers can close, landing lights off, taxi light. Oh, excuse me, and strobes to auto.
25, O'Hare Tower, runway 9 left, number 2, clear the way.
9er left, number 2, cleared the land, Delta 2025.
Delta 1665, cross runway 9 right at Romeo, contact ground 121.9.
12.9, cross runway 9er right on Romeo, Delta 1665.
Number 4510, O'Hare Tower, runway 9 right at Sierra Sierra, line up.
9
right.
right, line up the lane.
Strobes are on, we're cleared across. We'll keep on tower until we get mostly across the runway, just to make sure he doesn't need us for anything. And I want to say, let's try and go for like Mike 14, Mike 11. Alright, over to ground. Chicago ground, ahoy there, Delta 1665, clearing runway 9 right on Romeo, looking for Terminal 5, Mike 11.
Delta 1665, heavy O'Hare around the left on Golf if you're able to right there.
You can take the left on Golf here, Delta 1665.
Right, Golf cross 4 left, Tango Alpha, and then, was it Mike, which one?
Golf, cross 4 left, Tango Alpha, and we're looking for Mike 11.
And then you can enter Mike 11 at Alpha 14.
Alright, so Golf, cross 4 left, Tango Alpha, Alpha 14, and Mike 11. Thanks so much, Delta 1665 heavy.
2025, yep.
Ground up to 6065, just to keep you informed, we're going to hold right here on Alpha until this Delta 319 clears in front of our gate.
Roger, thank you for that. And Frontier Flight 38. Delta 1665, that company should be moving once he gets on the way here for you to move up.
Copy that, thank you so much, Delta 1665 heavy. Alright. Company is clear of the gate. We can bring the taxi light back on and start moving.
Keep going up until Victor, and then you can take Victor over.
Okay.
Okay. I love VATSIM. And ground, just give you a heads up again, Delta 1665, this aircraft in the gate next to us started at 180 in the gate and is now halfway in our gate.
Don't you love when they do that?
Proceed with caution into the gate now. Alright, we're shut at the gate. Engines can shut down. Parking brake is set. Beacon can come off. And we get APU bleed on, get the air back into the aircraft, and we're going to start requesting deboarding. And ladies and gentlemen, with that, that is a complete flight in the default Airbus A330 and MSFS 2024, flying from Detroit over to Chicago during the VATSIM FNO. The airplane handled it very well. A couple small things you have to keep in mind when flying it. But as long as you keep your eye on the airplane, it's a very nice airplane to fly. Something that I am going to be using for future VATSIM flights, future FNOs, and as well as the other default aircraft, because they're honestly very flyable aircraft. Thanks everyone for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next video shortly. And without further ado, have a fantastic evening, everyone. Bye-bye.
Right on the Golf and then